The rise of AI agents, from sci-fi to your digital coworker. What if AI could do more than just talk? What if it could act? We're not talking about science fiction anymore. We're talking about AI agents, and they're already here, changing everything we thought we knew about work, productivity, and even reality itself. Today, we're diving deep into the history of AI agents, where they are right now, why they're suddenly everywhere, and what the future holds for this transformative technology. Let's start with something familiar: chatbots. You know them, those helpful little assistants that pop up on websites asking if you need help. But here's the thing: what we're seeing now with AI agents is a completely different beast. To understand the leap we've made, we need to look at the 4 generations of AI evolution. Generation 1 was the rule-based chatbots of the 1990s through the 2010s. These were simple, rigid systems, basically glorified phone trees. Press 1 for billing, press 2 for support. They could only follow predetermined paths, and if you went off script, they completely broke down. Then came Generation 2, conversational AI, in the 2010s through 2020. This was a real upgrade. Systems like Alexa and Siri could actually understand what you meant, not just match keywords. They could have back-and-forth conversations and maintain context. It felt more natural, more human. Generation 3 arrived between 2020 and 2023 with generative AI. This is when things got really interesting. ChatGPT and similar tools could create original content, answer complex questions, write code, and explain difficult concepts. They didn't just recognize what you wanted, they could generate entirely new knowledge. But Generation 4, Agentic AI, which emerged in 2023 and is exploding right now? This is the game changer. These systems don't just talk about work, they do it. They can reason through problems, plan multi-step solutions, and most importantly, take action autonomously across multiple systems. So what's the real difference between a chatbot and an AI agent? Think of it this way. A chatbot is an assistant that waits for your instructions. An AI agent is a coworker that takes initiative. Chatbots are reactive, they wait for you to ask. AI agents are proactive, they see what needs to be done and do it. Chatbots generate responses. AI agents execute actions. Chatbots work in one place. AI agents work across your entire tech stack. And here's the kicker: chatbots only improve when developers manually update them. AI agents learn from experience and get better over time. If you're enjoying this content, please comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. Now, this didn't happen overnight. The journey to AI agents has been decades in the making. Back in the 1940s and 50s, pioneers like Alan Turing were asking whether machines could think. In 1950, Turing published his famous paper introducing what we now call the Turing test. In 1951, Marvin Minsky built one of the first artificial neural networks using 3,000 vacuum tubes. In 1955, the term artificial intelligence was coined at a workshop at Dartmouth College. The 1970s and 80s brought us expert systems like MySyn at Stanford, which could diagnose bacterial infections. But these systems were brittle and expensive to maintain, leading to what became known as the AI winter, when funding and research slowed to a crawl. The real breakthroughs started coming in the 1980s and 90s. In 1986, the backpropagation algorithm revolutionized how neural networks could learn. In 1989, Yann LeCun applied this to image recognition using convolutional neural networks. The internet explosion gave us massive datasets to train on. Researchers began formally using the word agent to describe AI systems that could act, not just think. The 2010s brought us deep learning and reinforcement learning. Systems like AlphaGo combine neural networks with advanced algorithms to beat world champions at complex games. But the real catalyst for modern AI agents came in the 2020s with large language models. For the first time, we had AI systems with general-purpose reasoning capabilities that could understand open-ended instructions and plan accordingly. The breakthrough moment came in late 2024 when Anthropic released the Model Context Protocol. This allowed developers to connect large language models to external tools in a standardized way. Suddenly, AI wasn't just generating text, it could actually use software, call APIs, and take actions in the real world. In April 2025, Google introduced the agent-to-agent protocol, allowing AI agents to communicate with each other. Both protocols were donated to the Linux Foundation as open standards, and that's when the floodgates opened. 2025 was the year AI agents went from theory to reality. Let me give you some real examples of what's happening right now. At Uber, they built an AI agent called Finch that lives in Slack. Finance team members can ask questions in plain English, and Finch automatically writes SQL queries, pulls the data, and delivers formatted results, all in real time. What used to require technical skills and hours of work now takes seconds. Salesforce created Horizon Agent, a text-to-SQL system that lets anyone in the company ask questions about data and get instant answers with full context. No more waiting for the data team to run reports. Intercom launched Fin Voice, an AI agent that handles customer support calls over the phone. It answers questions, solves problems, and only escalates to humans when absolutely necessary. And at Ramp, a fintech company, they built an agent that resolves complex transaction matching issues in under 10 seconds. Tasks that used to take hours of manual work from multiple teams are now automated end-to-end. The numbers tell an incredible story. Over 57% of companies now have AI agents in production. That's up from 51% just a year ago. 95% of US companies are using generative AI in some form. The AI agent market is projected to explode from $7.8 billion in 2025 to over $50 billion by 2030. Some projections go even higher, estimating the market could reach $180 billion by 2033. But it's not all smooth sailing. When companies are asked what's holding them back from scaling AI agents, 32% say quality is the biggest issue. Getting consistent, accurate results is still a challenge. 20% cite latency. Response time matters, especially for customer-facing applications. And for large enterprises, security is a massive concern. 25% of big companies say security is their number 2 barrier after quality. Here's a fascinating insight. 44% of business leaders report workforce efficiency gains from AI, but only 24% see measurable profit impact. There's a 20 percentage point gap between getting more efficient and actually making more money. This is the critical challenge for 2026, translating AI productivity into real business value. If you're enjoying this content, please comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. So what's next? Where are AI agents headed? The future is coming fast, and it's wild. By 2028, Gartner predicts that 33% of all enterprise software will include Agentic AI. That's up from less than 1% in 2024, a 33-fold increase in just 4 years. By 2028, 15% of day-to-day work decisions will be made autonomously by AI agents, up from 0% in 2024. AI agents are about to become digital coworkers, not tools you use, but teammates you collaborate with. Imagine a 3-person startup launching a global marketing campaign in days because AI agents handle the data analysis, content generation, and personalization while the humans focus on strategy and creativity. That's not science fiction, that's 2026. We're also going to see multi-agent systems become the norm. Instead of one AI doing everything, you'll have teams of specialized agents working together. One agent researches, another writes, another reviews, and they coordinate autonomously to complete complex projects. It's like having an entire department that never sleeps. AI agents are going to revolutionize scientific research. They won't just summarize papers or answer questions, they'll generate hypotheses, design experiments, and even run them. Every research scientist could have an AI lab assistant that suggests new experiments and helps execute them. This will accelerate discoveries in medicine, materials science, and climate research. The infrastructure powering all this is getting smarter too. Instead of just building bigger data centers, we're moving toward what Microsoft calls super factories, distributed networks of AI computing power that route workloads dynamically so nothing sits idle. It's like air traffic control for AI, making everything more efficient and sustainable. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, the challenges. Job displacement is real. As AI agents take over more tasks, What happens to the workforce? The answer isn't that AI will replace humans, it's that the nature of work will change. Human skills are shifting from information processing to interpersonal and organizational capabilities. The people who thrive will be those who learn to work alongside AI, not compete with it. Security is another massive challenge. When AI agents can modify databases, trigger workflows, and execute actions across systems, they become powerful non-human identities that must be authenticated, authorized, and governed. Without proper controls, AI agents don't just scale productivity, they scale risk. Every agent needs an identity, access controls, and monitoring, just like human employees. And then there's regulation. Right now, the US has relatively limited oversight compared to Europe and China. As AI agents become embedded in everything from healthcare to finance to government services, questions about accountability, transparency, and limits become urgent. The companies that establish AI governance frameworks in 2026 will shape the standards for the next decade. Here's the bottom line. We're witnessing a fundamental transformation in how work gets done. AI agents represent the shift from AI as a tool that helps you think to AI as a partner that helps you act. The chatbot that once asked, "Press 1 for billing," can now autonomously process your refund, update your account, and schedule a follow-up call. That's not an incremental improvement, that's a paradigm shift. The age of AI agents is not about replacing humans, it's about amplifying them. The question is no longer if this technology will change our world, but how we will choose to shape that change. Organizations that learn to collaborate with AI agents will unlock unprecedented productivity and innovation. Those that don't risk being left behind as competitors automate critical processes and decision-making workflows. The future of work is a collaboration between human creativity and machine capability. Your new coworker might not be human, but together, you'll accomplish things neither could do alone. The rise of AI agents isn't just a technological revolution, it's a redefinition of what's possible, and we're just getting started. If you enjoyed this content, please comment, like, and subscribe. It really helps the channel grow. See you in the next video.